before, it's very much racing the racetrack as much as you're racing everybody else. Yeah, and I I think I think as we see Josh go to the top of the boards now, um, maybe got a little bit of draft there off of the Porsche in front of him, but I think you have a point because if you push it too hard, you're opening yourself up to mistakes. We got a car off track now, actually, the other Porsche, and that's not too good, is it? We got another one off as well, GTR. That is the 77 of Jason Logan, and I believe the 97 of Nicholas Schaefer. They're causing a bit of a hazard here, as I believe the leaders are about to catch them. They are. They get it going again. So, and as we mentioned at the very top of the show, you got to keep it on the tarmac, and going a little too hard on qualifying, you suddenly lose all that time and then some. It's good to build a foundation. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, you have the dirt on the tires as well, because this isn't just your average dirt, of course. It is a desert. It's sandy. It's very easy to pick up more debris here than you would at, say, a track that has grass all around it, or where we were at Monza. It's very easy. You can see the particles there. It's a lot of gravelly dirt and sand. It's so easy to not only pick up on your tires, but kick it all over the racetrack. And nowhere where you do, and you can see them kicking up some sand right there through the left-hander. Um, Again, you see the track map on the top right of a rather simple layout for this track. It doesn't seem like it could be so daunting, and yet it claims so many drivers. And you know, this corner, especially this very final corner, it consistently gets worse and worse and worse until right there. See, it very much will catch you off guard if you're not ready for it. Ooh. Nicholas Schaefer went to the top of the leaderboard only to be passed back by Sisk. So these two are trading it around. Remember, Schaefer off track about a lap ago and now up to second on the leaderboard. You're mentioning how you had to get a big run out of that final corner. He got a very nice one. And will move to second by just under a tenth. Just under a tenth. Oh, we got one off. Porsche around, gonna collect maybe the Viper. Nice save there. I'm looking at the car now. Yeah, that was the 18 of Rob Nellor, and that is the other Porsche in trouble now then. Nellor, and that just got a little too much there going, yeah, getting quite a bit too much into the left-hander and hopping it up onto the dirt embankment. These guys have to be careful to not flip the cars over as well. It doesn't take a whole lot to dig these cars in, especially with the softer earth around the course. This is some dangerous stuff we're playing with here. Around the course.
Nicholas Schaefer is being substituted today by Eric Nicken. Nicholas Schaefer is being substituted
today for the clarification there.
Okay.
Yes. Wow, yeah, two. Yes. The Viper as well has gone off, and that is Q Racer 31. The Viper as well has gone off. So Alexander Amerizian. So Alexander 21. Amerizian. Yeah, he is. 21. Yeah, he was all the way to the chain link. Maybe he was signing some autographs. I'm not entirely sure. But one way or another, it's gone all wrong for him. He'll get that 77 back up to speed, though. Another. Ooh. He'll get Got 77 back up to speed though. Yes, he seems to be having a rather hard time keeping it on the track at all. GTR, a very heavy car. It is hard to get the most out of it with these tight corners. I think the only go ahead. I think the only go ahead. Ooh. I think the only go ahead. Ooh. And the one good news. Oh, he's off again. He's off to getting big time. Oh, and he is going to hit the wall that time. Oh, he's off again. He's off to getting big time. Oh, and he is I feel like he has some sort of mechanical issue at this point with the way that car was handling, because when you go off the track that far, you're picking up a lot of those little shrubs and bushes. I wouldn't be surprised if something hasn't happened to that race car, because that's not like him to make that many mistakes in one lap. I wouldn't be surprised. That's more than an ill-handling race car to me. That's not like him to make that many mistakes in one lap. That's more than an ill-handling race car to me. That's not like him to make that many mistakes in one lap. That's more than an ill-handling race car. Yeah, he's gonna have to. He may very well just call it quits for qualifying as well. It looks like that may be what he's doing. He's gonna have to. He may very well just because he's simply just qualifying as well. It looks like that. I don't know. We can't look at replays unfortunately in practice in qualifying, but we got another one off though, just shy of where he was, and that is last week's winner. Oh no! Tristan Mahoney has gone off. Last week's winner, aka Saboli 96. Remember, making some great moves to take victory at Monza, and he's found himself a lifetime shipment of dirt, and he's gonna box it now. And I tell you what, it shows how challenging this track is when the winner last week is even struggling in qualifying here, and he's down in 4th, and he's not far off. He's only a 10th off. It's worth noting once again that the entire top 4 is within 2/10. That's not bad at all. But everybody seems to really just be struggling to find the grip here and make things happen, and it's going to be something that we're going to have to keep a very close eye on in both races tonight. Oh! Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but Josh Sisk, your leader, has just gone off in the final corner. Did a great job to not spin the car out, but he is going to be going the wrong way now. I'm not sure the stewards will be happy with that, but he's going to bring it into the pit lane. So, not only has last week's winner gone off now, but the actual leader of qualifying has gone off as well. And sorry, I'll let you get back to what you were saying, but it's just absolutely mental. You know, it takes a village to drive those Ferrari 458s. I'm not sure if you've ever had the pleasure to drive them, but I have in my racing career, and I will tell you this much: these things are an absolute handful, and anybody who is willing to take on the task, it takes some serious confidence in your driving ability to take on the Porsche, or the Ferrari rather. See the Porsche there. Porsches are a handful as well, to an extent. We've seen both of them off as well. We're looking right now at 3rd place, which is Marcus Hamilton, who is having a nice run here, and is making his way into the final bend, and well, he's made a pit stop, so I'm wondering if maybe now there's something. We got another car off in the final corner, and that is again the Porsche, and that's Rob Nellor again. Second time in this session that we've caught him going off. We got the GTR offline again, as we can see while he rejoins the track. A really nice sweeping shot of the final corner. There's the Porsche back on the tarmac, and I'll tell you what, if you thought that Monza was wild, I would stick around for the first couple of laps at least of this one, because it's going to be equally as hectic, especially with a heavy grid, and turn one's a menace. It is very unforgiving. Yes, absolutely. And again, this is only the first of 2 races tonight, so you can catch race 2 coming at you shortly. Should be some more fun to be had there. But as for the moment, it is the number 97, the fill-in driver. This is usually what Militia Ninja would drive. And Erky is doing a fine job now as he's taking the top point. The question now is, will that second place Subaru, the 42 of Josh Sisk, does he have anything in response to that now? Got another off. Oh, that's the other Ferrari that's gone off there. Marcus Hamilton's gone off. We got another one off as well. Oh, we got another spin too. There's all kinds of calamity going on. The 51, I believe, there has gone off of Jordan Krevling. No, that is not him. Forgive me. I believe that might be a fill-in unless I'm just reading the number wrong. Brandon Mahoney, okay. And then we also have, simultaneously, 2 more cars. That's Sisk. Sisk's gone off. I believe that is. Yeah, but it's just inconsistent. That's the other... Oh my goodness, Kyle Pate had gone off, gone back on, and as he drove by, you saw the other one. Goodness gracious, what's going on? The 77 is pointed backwards, and Saboli is now off course. Everybody is just scattered across and littered throughout the track here. This is a mess. Well, I think you would
30 seconds.
I think you would want to end the qualifying by coming back to the pit lane, not spinning the car on various portions of the final sector. This is absolutely mental. And we haven't even gotten started yet. And we're just going to keep the camera here for the time being and let this beautiful shot, since the cameras are focused by driver. We had Alexander Amarizian parked off to the left there, and he is... oh, we got another one off track in the distance there. So, oh my. They're going to have to clean the track up, I think. And another thing to note is that these cars might get stuck in the dirt, perhaps, if there's there's the 3 Ferrari parked next to the VP Racing billboard. Marcus Hamilton having a little bit of fun. I think they're all just embracing their inner explorer at the moment. I believe that is Saboli coming around. I believe that is Saboli in the red Ferrari, and it is screaming by. And there is your full leaderboard. So he did have a... It wasn't Josh Sisk that had the response. In fact, it was the red Ferrari once again back on top. And I believe he had pole as well in Monza. So this is looking nice and peachy for him.
Every race of the season so far.
So there you go. He's now perfect still. So Saboli... Tristan Mahoney will take your pole. Erky in second. And then Josh Sisk third. As we work our way down the grid here. Carnerd in fourth. Kyle Pate fifth. And the Porsche of Rob Nellor in sixth, parked there. Alongside the J Striver Hyundai, which is parked also against a VP Racing Fuels billboard. Further down, we find Alexander Amarizian in 8th, Gaz in 9th, Wafels in 10th, Aspheric 11th, and Boys Noise rounding out the grid, I believe. So a healthy grid on hand, and they're all ready to go racing. They're in the drivers' meeting right now. And that being said, Josh, what are we expecting? Do you think they'll have their act together for the first lap, or is it going to be more of the same here on that opening lap? I think wild still may be an understatement. We might have to go find a new word, get a dictionary out somewhere and find a new word, because I'm telling you what, Monza was wild. The racing was great. The passing was plentiful. The strategy games were mental. But now we add another element of nobody seems to be able to keep it on the track for more than 3 laps. And granted, they probably won't be pushing as hard, but they're also going to have cars on either side of them heading into those first couple of corners. It's going to be a mess in the best possible way. And, and here we go. We're getting the command to start the engines. You hear them firing up there, ready to go racing. Nas here alongside of me is the Aussie Josh. The final for Group B. There is your grid. Crank up the volume, kick back, relax, and enjoy. We're going green here from Willowsprings in about 10 seconds time. Saboli on pole. 12 cars strong. 40 minutes to decide it here. Waiting for the lights. There we go. We're green here from Willowsprings and off and away, and already a great start there by the blue Ferrari, the number 3 car nerd, shooting up the inside, already past Josh Sisk. Contact with his teammate, though, into turn 1. 3 wide. What a move! How did Josh Sisk get his way back up through there? He fell to 3rd, now pushed his way through the middle of a 3-wide situation and is back to 1st just like that. And our pole sitter will fall to 3rd. He fell positions as well at the start of the race at Monza. He made that back up, and now we got a crash in the back. We got a big one, rather. And I'll tell you what, though, heartbreak for the number 3 Ferrari of Marcus Hamilton, who had such a good start. Got his way up there. He made contact with his teammate, and things started to fall back a little bit from there. And Kyle Sisk, though, Josh Sisk, rather, has made his way to the point, and it looks like he will lead as expected, hectic lap 1 with Saboli right on his tail. We'll go ahead and let some things pan out here, and then we'll take a look at the replay of that start. But right now we've got a nice intense battle here in the mid-pack for what looks like 5th place with Wafels and Jay Stryver. Again, forgive me for relying a bit on the usernames. I'm trying to use the names where I can here. But again, with things happening left and right, sometimes there's just not enough time to check the rosters. And you can see them kicking up the dust into what would be probably one of every Calamity corner here. And if you've never driven Willowsprings, every corner is a Calamity corner waiting to happen. And we are already in the books. Oh, we got one off. Is that our leader? It is. Sisk's gone off. Oh no. And he's going to be kicking himself for that one, because he's lost not only the lead, not only several seconds. Yeah. Oh, that is heartbreaking. And now he's going to be back there with Car Nerd. So now Saboli again with the clean air. We'll take a minute now that it's calmed down a little bit. We'll take a look at that start once again. We'll ride on board as Josh will keep an eye on the live pictures for us here. Right on board here with Car Nerd, he had a lightning start. Honestly, he did. He goes 3 wide up the inside of his teammate, and Erky gets very deep into the corner, gets into his teammate, knocks him wide. That opened the door for Josh Sisk to slide on through the middle. He made his way through here, and as they all filed out behind him, they made their way up into the left-hander, and this is where things started to go sideways for him. We'll find out what happens here. That's what allowed Josh to... Oh, man, yeah, there was a lot of contact there. Kyle Pate was involved. Lots and lots of drama there. We'll take one more look at the start, because there's plenty of action going on behind the scenes here. And yeah, that's what allowed for Josh Sisk to really just sort of lick the stamp and send it up the middle on board here. We'll kind of see this from his perspective. Nice job there. And as we can see where the seas parted for Josh Sisk, who is now finding himself in the tail end of the field, riding on board now with Erky, who started on the outside pole. And that's where the spin is. Lots of contact all around. Airborne, you mentioned, with Erky, keeping it somehow under control. And now we're back to live pictures, and the battle has not stopped happening. It's just moved positions, because there is Sisk, and, well, we got one off again. Sferic's gone off now. Yeah, you mentioned how he just made a pass up into 9th. Very textbook move. Well done on him. And then just that easily, he throws it all away. We got another one off in the back here. And that is Rolinvor. And that is, oh, not good. Yes, we'll take a look at the replay here. Wonder what happened to him. He was running in 2nd. Oh, he clipped the curb. He clipped the inside curb on the very last bit. Went wide. Caught the outside dirt. Was all she wrote, and he nearly ended up hitting a couple of trees. They are. And I think it's really what it comes down to, though, because again, we mentioned you have all that open space. You think, I've got plenty of runoff if I need it, and then you get 1 tire in there, 3 tires on the tarmac, the grip difference, your differential has a fit, and around you go, and it's that easy. And again, another top runner going from a high place position all the way down to 8th now. One thing that hasn't changed, though, is Saboli 96 on a tear right now, picking up right where he left off for Monza, running a 1:12 that time by. It's going to take us about 6 seconds to wait before we can see what Kyle Pate's run. Yes, Kyle Pate's moved his way up into 2nd place in the midst of everything here, but Tristan Mahoney is on an absolute tear, continuing his domination from last week, and we'll take a look again here. Mahoney ran the 1:12 compared to Pate, who ran the 1:13, so the gap is growing, and Saboli now with a little bit less pressure on him, because everybody that seems to get close to him ends up binning it at some point or another. Yes, that's Wafels and the Striver. Well, it's a 13.4 compared to a 13.8, so they're running relatively similar lap times here. And it is, you're right, a good battle to keep an eye on. But also look at that mini-map, the top of the map here, and you might see it in the back of the screen here. We got about 6 or 7 cars trailed up in the backpack for everybody that had just wrecked. Just kind of refinding each other. You can see them just barely at the tail end of the screen. It looks like Wafels may fancy a look up the inside, thinks better of it. Stays behind Striver. You
Correct.
would be correct. ISO twisted. Jordan Krevling is usually the one behind the wheel of the 51. So Stryver doing a fantastic job as the substitute. And you can see behind him is Wafels, who is looking to make some big moves here. That is Brian Gallagher. Oh my goodness, look at this. You gotta be careful there. I don't know how they did, and now that we look at the battle here, we have 6 cars under a blanket, starting with Boys Noise, who, by the way, having a great run. After some disappointment last weekend, really seems to have gotten it together today, although part of that is just keeping it on the track, but you'd rather be consistent than good. He saved it! He saved it!
No.
The Porsche
Gaz
saved
is
it, rather. My
gone.
bad. He did. Gaz is not. The Porsche. Taking a look.
Looked like it.
Side by side usually isn't going to work there. My bad. The Porsche saved it. Yeah, it looks like there was some contact, and I think that's why the Porsche was so... Wow, what a... He got some serious air. We'll take one more look at that again.
Where's the Exxon
Porsche
sign?
with a wonderful save, though. We'll take one more look here. I thought maybe the 3 would have touched him. Take a look here. Yep. And... Oh my goodness, he's running to the Exxon billboard. My word. And that is unfortunate, albeit a little bit amusing to express his displeasure with ExxonMobil, but there's better ways to do it than throwing a car through a billboard. That's some stuntman movie sort of moves there. And he's gone off again there just a bit, so things going from bad to worse, and that's basically going to be his race over for the... Oh, we got a car off again, and it's... Oh, no, it's Sisk again. He's gone off again. Oh, no, 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 no. And now he's just exploring the flora and fauna, what little there is here. Let's take another look here, see what happened. It just seems these drivers are getting too overexcited. And again, we've seen it, and it happened again to the 3 in front of him, so both of them went off, but where Hamilton could save it, Sisk could not, and just unfortunate. A lot of really good race cars struggling hard to keep pace and keep a grip on the steering wheel. Ooh. Wow, no! He's offed it!
Yeah.
He's offed it. Oh dear, oh dear. What in the world? And he's gonna spin into the track. Ooh, this is a dangerous situation. He's back off now. My word. Everybody is just struggling. Here's another look. Side by side, he tried to give him room. That was a very nice angle. Well, he was trying to get out of the... We'll take one more look at it here, but it looked to me like Airkey was on his outside, and he was... well, we don't have that there, but he was just trying to give it some room, give him some room there, and he gave him just a fair bit too much. We've got another one off there. Oh my goodness, Airkey's gone off now. My word. He has. He's gone off. Oh my word. And we've got 30 minutes still, and I think Kyle Pate and Tristan Mahoney are about the only 2 people that haven't had an off of some fashion. Stryver as well, I believe, has kept it relatively between the white lines. But this is just, ooh, it hurts to watch. Because it's unfortunate. Oh no, I can't imagine being the crew chiefs. Can you imagine? It's almost as if the track is wet. It seems like similar conditions to if the track just monsooned. Nobody can keep it on the tarmac except for about 3 or 4 people. I really... Well, you think with the way that this track has a lot of ups and downs, it's winding back and forth quite a bit. A lot of the corners are off camber, and what off camber means are when, you know, there's not a whole lot of banking or negative banking. You see that corner right there? It's over a hill. It's off centered. It's not very, you know, friendly. It really wants to upset the cars, and I don't think these guys were prepared for this sort of thing. It is such a challenging track, and it seems like a track that, you know, you can tackle, but you try and tackle it, and it just knocks you down. It's ridiculous how crazy this track can be, and you know, we got another car off there. I believe that might be Boys Noise. Yes, it is, unfortunately. So that's another one of the Canadians. I believe there are 3 on the grid this afternoon, and 2 of them occupy the bottom 2 spots. These two have been about nose to tail for the majority of the past 12 laps here. They've been very close to each other the whole way through, and see a little bit of latency there. And as we get closer to that halfway point, we got a pit stop coming. We got another off here.
Saboli's off.
Saboli, your leader. Oh my goodness, no way. What's happened here? Gonna get a good view of it. And still running consistent 112s. He just over-rotated, I believe. We'll try and get another angle of that. Didn't really get a good shot. Right on board here. He's got it back underway now. See him come into the left-hander. Just a little bit of latency. Yeah, just got too much on the throttle. And that's, I mean, it's just the corners here. They're so unforgiving. And even the leader now has a big off. And that's going to cost him plenty of time. Now, luckily, he's got a nice cushion to fall back on. Still 4 seconds back to Kyle Pate, but you don't want any of these guys getting close to you, because if Pate gets to you, then so does Strivers and Wafels, and all of a sudden your 16-second lead now becomes a 4-second lead with a lot more pressure than it did before. Oh, absolutely, and he's been really just keeping, and with a Viper as well. I mean, double credit for that, because that's another one of the unruly cars. And the fact that he's got that thing pretty well down pat says a lot. And the fact that you look at where he is in the leaderboard in the standings here, he's not very high up in the standings. So he's having a very good run here. And I think he's going to be very, very happy if he can keep this together. Brian Gallagher here being a bit of the obnoxious school student to the substitute teacher of Jay Striver, really just trying to get into the gearbox here and get him to force a mistake. And of course, Jay Striver, not typically the one behind the wheel there of the 51 Genesis, so the substitute not doing a bad job at all, sitting on the podium for the time being, only 7/10 off of Kyle Pate, looking to see if he can't make something happen here. It is your leader, Saboli, by about 6 seconds. He's extended the gap back to Kyle. He's back in his rhythm here. I don't think he let that off affect him too much other than losing his time, which is good. It's good that he got back to his rhythm there. And then we look back to Kyle Pate in the Viper, who's doing a fantastic job as well, keeping it on the black stuff. And as I say that, commentators curse. He's gone off. He did a nice job hanging on, though. Oh, man, what a save there. He is really pushing it right now. And yeah, Striver, the substitute, now looks underneath, side by side. Ooh, he got chopped. That was a bit of a chop if I've ever seen it. All is fair in love and war, and I'm telling you what, this looks like it's about to be war. 51 of Jay Striver. He's got to run there. Yeah, he's even now. He's even now. We'll ride on board with Wafel's bumper. Nice and tidy here. This is allowing the Subaru to catch up very quickly, though. Here comes Brian Gallagher, taking no prisoners. He's hungry. He wants to get onto the podium, too. Absolutely.
Son and father 1-2.
Yeah, there you heard right there. Son and father 1-2, which is a nice little bit there. And you can see that is Kyle Pate taking another look up the inside of Stryver. It's a family feud of sorts, and oh, we've got a car off in the back there. Who is that? Is that that appears to be the red Audi of Aspheric? Indeed it is. He's had an off again, and the Canadians, he is now. The Canadians' day has gone from bad to worse, and we've got another off as well, and somewhere between all of this wrecking, there is a brutal race going on for the podium. And that is Boys Noise. Both the Canadians seem to have stumbled off. They're used to ice and snow more than they are sandy desert, so we'll give them a bit of a mulligan there. And oh, they've nearly collided coming into the pit lane together. That is, oh, man. We got another off as well. Oh, my goodness. This final corner is claiming everybody. And that is, oh, no, that's the 3 of Hamilton.
That's going to hurt.
Oh, no.
We got another off as well.
So that's not what you want at all. Marcus Hamilton's gone off again.
And that is,
he will lose even more time
that's
and
the 3 of Hamilton.
More track position. Saboli back on the run
so
here, trying to get away from
Marcus Hamilton's gone off again.
Stryver.
He will lose even more time.
I'm telling you what now, Kyle Pate is starting to size up
Saboli
Stryver, but as they do that again, here comes Gallagher. I think he's lost a little bit of time, Gallagher has, but not a sufficient amount. It's still a bit of a battle going on here, but it looks like there's a couple of seconds between him and Kyle now.
Gallagher, I think he's lost a little
by
bit
the
of
way,
time, Gallagher has,
Josh,
but
we're
not
only
a
halfway.
Sufficient amount. It's still a bit of a battle going on here, but it looks like there's a couple of seconds between him and Kyle now.
And Boys Noise, 1, 2, 3, 4 off
we're only
again.
Halfway.
Yep.
And it's looking a bit.
Wow, that's been an incredible halfway.
There have been a couple of pit stops
and Boys Noise, 1, 2, 3, 4
Aspheric and
off
Boys
again.
Noise. They haven't really,
and
of course they're so far off the pace here that it doesn't particularly.
I've not really been paying attention to that.
There have been a couple of pit stops from Aspheric and Boys
Oh,
Noise.
We got big off for the 18 Porsche out of turn 1. That's a bit of a strange place to have. That carry all the way down to the short chute between 1 and 2. Looks like
we got big
bit
off for the 18 Porsche out of
silly
turn
mistake
1.
there. Just drove it on the exit, got loose, clipped the grass, and snapped it back across the track, and that is gonna do it for Rob Neller there. Off track again.
Silly mistake there. Just drove it on the exit, got loose, clipped the grass, and snapped it back across the track, and that is gonna do it for Rob Neller.
And so are the drivers' patience and tempers. I'm sure a lot of them are just getting angrier with every off, and that really can do a lot. You mentioned it can do a lot to the psyche. Going off as many times as some of them are. Yes, Kyle Pate, the first of the leaders to pit. Now this is going to be interesting because if he can get a good outlap here and a nice undercut, he might put himself back into second.
Going off as many times as some of them are. Yes, Kyle Pate, the first of the leaders to pit. Now this is going to be interesting because if he can get a good outlap here and a nice undercut, he might put himself back into second.
Yeah, and now Rob is in as well. You may have one car. One car is going to go by him here just on the exit. That is Hamilton. And that is fourth position. But Hamilton, of course, does need to pit. Now, the question is, what can Kyle do?
One car is going to go by
because this could be big for his chances to get into second place here.
Hamilton
riding on board.
That is fourth position. But Hamilton, of course, does need to pit. Now,
Rob Neller comes out of the pit lane now. He will merge in seventh.
Because this could be big for his chances to get into second place here. Riding on board.
Yeah.
Right now, not looking like he's gaining a whole lot on Hamilton.
Of
course,
comes out of the
Kyle Pate, not the quickest driver on the racetrack today, but he has been about the most consistent. I think he's had about 1/2 of an off, and he got it gathered back up. He is more consistent than our race leader right now. I think him, Strivers, and Wayfuls are about the only ones who have not gone off in some big fashion. As I mentioned, that Striver hits the pit lane.
Gathered back up. He is more consistent than our race leader right now. I think. Him, Strivers, and Wayfuls are about the only ones who have not gone off in some.
This is where it's big right here. This is why we're riding on board with Kyle Pate, because as he comes through the final corner, we're going to see if he can get out there in front of Wayfuls and Striver. I think he may be able to do it.
This is where it's big right here.
He's not going to get Striver, but I think he may get Wayfuls here. He will indeed. And I don't think that Striver took a whole lot of fuel there.
Just coming out.
He's not going to get Stryver, but I think he may get Waffles here. He will indeed. And I don't think that Stryver took a whole lot of fuel there.
Whereas Kyle Pate filled it all the way up.
He
And
was
your
quick
race
on the
leader
fuel,
now,
so he might
Tristan Mahoney,
be
not going to be able to
managing
hang on
fuel
any
for the
longer.
rest of
He
the
is
race.
OUT out of gas and will probably be pitting
Whereas
this lap.
Kyle
I don't.
Pate filled it all the
Oh,
way
he's nearly
up.
offed it. He is offed it. And
your
he's just
race
going to
leader
abandon
now,
everything and just
Tristan
throw it into
Mahoney,
the
not
pit
gonna be
lane.
able to hang
Probably
on
the
any
smartest
longer.
thing
He
you
is,
can do.
OUT out
very
of
lucky
gas
to
and
not
will
lose
probably
the
be pitting
car.
this lap. I don't. Oh, he's nearly offed it. He is offed it. And
It
he's
really
just going to
could
abandon
have.
everything and just throw it into
Of course,
the
the
pit
pit
lane.
wall
Probably
here
the
is
smartest thing you can do.
right there. It's
very
not
lucky
too
not
hard
lose
to
the
over
car.
rotate and really just kind of skewer the
That
car.
could have been deadly.
Really lucky to keep it all
Seriously
gathered
deadly.
up there, and now the fuel is
Of
finished.
course, the
He's
pit
out of the
wall
way.
here is,
No pressure
right there.
really for
It's not too hard to over
Mahoney.
rotate.
He's going to be
really
cruising
just
his
kinda
way as long
skewer
as he
the
doesn't have an
car.
off.
Very
Let's
lucky
see
to keep
him
it all
going into
gathered
turn
up
one now.
there,
It's going
and
to
now
take
the fuel
all
is
the way
finished.
back
He's out in the way.
as Hamilton
No
pits.
pressure.
He'll be all the way
Really
back
for
here for his father,
Mahoney.
correct?
He's going to be
Who's taking
cruising
turn
his
one
way as
now.
long as he doesn't have an off. See him going into turn one now. It's going to take all the way back as Hamilton pits.
Kyle
He'll
Pate
be all the way back here for
is
his
starting
father,
to close the
correct?
gap a
Who's
little bit.
taking turn one now.
I notice here.
Got a nice 10-second lead. That's for sure.
Kyle Pate is...
Oh, we got a
starting to close
gaggle
the
here
gap
in
a
turn
little bit,
one.
I notice here.
He is. Oh no, that's not for position. Just got Rollenborg.
He's definitely going to be a part of it, but
Oh,
not
we got a
for
gaggle
position.
here in turn one.
Yeah, 5, 6,
And
and
I believe
7.
that's actually opening the door a
Boys
little
Noise
bit
is not
for
part of that.
Josh Sisk as well to
He's,
peek his
slow
nose in
car.
there. He
Be
wants
a
to
part
play
of
as well.
it, but not for position.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I believe that's actually opening the door a little bit for Josh Sisk as well to peek his nose in there. He wants to play as well.
Yes,
yeah,
and he made that brilliant pass 3 wide up the inside.
He was leading
or through the
lap.
middle rather, when the two Ferrari
yeah,
teammates collided, and
he
then
ran a bit wide and finds
it
himself
was
in
a
8th.
very nice pass,
made that
but then he
brilliant pass
threw it all away about a sector later and has not been able to recover
when
since.
the two Ferrari teammates
This is
collided, and then
this is looking more like a final
very
lap sort of.
nice
Oh, we got one
pass,
off
but then
there.
threw it
Is
all
that
away about
was
a
that
sector
Rob
later,
Neller?
has not
I
been able
believe
to
it
recover
is.
since.
Indeed, it is. And
This is,
again, off
this is
course,
looking
and that is
more
going to be
like
it for him.
A final lap sort of. Oh, we got one off there.
No.
It is not at all. That's more of a kicking
Neller?
yourself in the
I believe
shins
it
house.
is. Indeed, it is. And again,
That was terrible,
off course,
but
and that is going to be it for him.
yeah, he's not very
It is
pleased
not
with
at all.
himself
That's more
there,
of a
I'm
kicking
sure.
yourself
And
in the shins house.
the battle does continue to rage on, though,
say,
for 6th
terrible,
and
but,
7th, because I tell you what, Josh has made his way
he's not very pleased
to
with
the lap
himself
car
there,
boys
I'm sure,
noise, and
the battle does
Audi
continue
will
to
pull
rage
off
on,
adhere
though,
to the blue
for
flags. That's
6th
good
and
racecraft
7th, because
there.
I tell you what,
And open the door
Josh
for the
has made his
77, who had all kinds of problems in qualifying.
to
He's
the
had a
lap
bit
car
more
boys
quiet of a race
noise,
today.
and the Audi will pull off, adhere to the blue flags. That's
So
good
he's keeping
racecraft
it
there.
together there.
And open the door for the
that
77, who had all
is-
kinds of problems in qualifying. He's had a bit more quiet of a race today.
That is Alexander Amarizian.
So he's keeping it together there.
The only Canadian
And,
inside of the
that
top 10 right now.
is-
And he will...
That is Alexander Amarizian, the only Canadian inside of the top 10 right now. And
So
he
Kyle in the Viper
Yes.
is only about
And
3.5
the two
seconds off Stryver.
Porsches have found each other once again,
So,
like they did at
Still
Monza.
got a decent amount of time for him
And,
to
the
pull up.
fill-in
Like I said, we're
Erkey
gonna watch
and
Stryver's,
Rob,
fuel management from
yes.
here on in.
And the two Porsches
Neller
have found each other once again, like they did at Monza.
So they've made their way through turn one.
The fill-in Erkey and Rob Neller have found each other. Excuse me. So they've made their way
so
through
if
turn
they
one.
They are not.
If they can stay together and put in some quick laps,
They are the very tail end
they
of
could
this
help each
lead
other,
group,
you know,
though. So they've got some
get a
work
few
to
positions
do
here,
as we
'cause they're
work
not
the
too far off.
22nd
They
lap.
are not.
They just
on tested and
they just got to
true
keep it consistent.
racing.
They are the very tail end of this lead group, though, so they've got some work to do as we work the 22nd lap here on Tested and
Good.
True Racing.
Good on him there, and there is Josh Sisk moving up behind the lapped car. Oh, who's a bit in the way there, wiggling around quite a bit. That's a bit of a moving chicane. Entering the final corner, the 42 does pull up alongside, and I'm assuming we'll get the pass completed.
Who's a bit in the way there, wiggling around quite a bit. That's a bit of a moving chicane.
Machine, he does let up and let him go there. It looks like Aspheric got very sideways entering the final corner and kind of just made Josh have to think twice about what he was doing there. Good job on both of them to keep that on the tarmac and out of the dirt.
Very sideways entering the final corner and kind of just made Josh have to think twice about what he was doing there. Good job on both of them to keep that on the tarmac and out of the dirt and the Exxon billboards.
Yeah, well, we've got quite a mixed up field.
Yeah, they
right
do,
now.
and of course the blue flags, you know, you've heard Sebastian Vettel whine about them for years, but they really can affect the way that these races pan out, because it does throw dirty air. Gran Turismo has dirty air, and it is hard to get around the track when there is a car in front of you. So blue flags are incredibly important.
The way that these races pan out, because it does throw dirty air. Gran Turismo has dirty air, and it is hard to get around the track.
Not to the extent of Formula One and other Formula racers. However, it is in fact there.
I wouldn't say GT racing's affected the same way
it can definitely put a damper.
Racing is at the moment, but
not to the extent of Formula One and other Formula racers. However, it is in fact there.
You're right. You're right. It's those front wings on those open-wheeled cars that send it all out, because I think the air coming off the rear wing just flies over the top and it's not really a concern.
Yeah.
But they can definitely
got a nice little battle heating up here. It seems like. Go ahead.
Position themselves for an overtake, which a few of them have done.
Nasty wipeout.
You've just got to keep it on the tarmac, basically.
Oh, he has gone off here though.
Battle heating up here. It seems like.
Get the replay. We will be able to get a full replay of what happens. He goes wide. Oh, back in, steps out, catches it, gets it going. That is You're right. That was a beautiful save on the wipeout. But what's happened here? Oh, he's gotten overexcited and just ran off the track there. Could have been a lot worse for him, though. That is about the best case scenario in a situation like that.
Oh, he's gotten overexcited and just ran off the track there. Could have been a lot worse for him, though.
Yeah, he never did spin out, and he never did stop wheeling it. So great job there. We got another one in the pits. It is Sisk again, coming in for some fresh Michelins. Perhaps a splash of fuel. 24 liters with lap 24.
He never did stop wheeling.
And they are going to fill him up
there. We got another one
a little more to get him to the end. That's going to hurt him quite a bit.
Coming in for some fresh Michelins. Perhaps a splash of fuel. 24 liters with lap 24. And they are going to fill him up a little more to get him to the end. That's going to hurt him quite a bit.
I was just watching one of the through-house Porsches there.
Yeah, I think everybody's a bit on edge here, trying to figure out what in fact it will take to get to the race finished cleanly, because it is more important to finish the race cleanly.
Yeah, I think everybody's a bit on edge here.
Anything else here? You got to get the car home before you can celebrate about the positions that you're in.
Get to the race.
And wow, this is kind of surprising to note. But with that pit stop, I'm not sure if this is just a scoring error or this is actually correct. But it is showing me that Josh.
And wow, this is kind of surprising to
last place now.
But with that pit stop, I'm not sure if this is just a scoring error.
Okay, so I believe it is a scoring error then.
But it is showing me that Josh,
that he is in last. So he's ninth.
Has fallen.
I was going to say that didn't seem quite right, considering that the Canadian pair there were a lap down.
It is a scoring error then.
We got another off though in the final corner. Where is that? That is Boys Noise.
That didn't seem quite right.
Oh my goodness, he's having another week to forget.
Pair there were
and he was doing so well at the beginning, and oh wow, that's a nasty one. Oh my goodness.
Boys Noise, who's
that is in fact
he's having
an incredibly hard hit, and he's managed to wedge himself. He's still there. He's managed to wedge himself between
oh my goodness
the safety wall here.
In fact,
there's several
an incredibly hard hit.
Yeah, indeed it is. We'll see if we can't get one more look at it here. What in the world?
He's managed to wedge himself
coming through the final corner, just missed everything.
The safety wall here,
and
there's several.
Yeah, he's just slid himself in between the walls.
We'll see if we can't get one more look at it here. What in the world?
And that
Coming through the final corner, just
I don't believe
everything.
it can. He's going to back it up here. It looks like he's going to be very cautious about it. We got another off, though, just now going on.
That's not going to throw up yellow flags for them now, is it?
Trying to find that car.
He's gonna
of course, everybody out of order. It's hard to find.
Looks like he's going to be very cautious about it. We got another off, though, just now going on. And that is trying to
Boys
find
Noise is just parked there backwards. That's a bit of a hazard, if you'd ask me.
Who's who?
Was that Q Racer? Yeah. Let's see if it was Q Racer that may have gone off. There's somebody. Oh, Sis.
That's a bit of a hazard.
A bit wide. I don't know if he was the one who went off. Let's see here. Oh no, it was right in front of them.
Let's see if it was Q Racer that may have gone off here. Somebody. Oh, it was Sisk.
It's not Gaz, is it?
A bit wide. I don't know if he was the one who went off. We'll see.
That was Aspheric that had gone off. So we'll take one more look at that and see what's happened.
Who was that?
A very wreck-filled event here. See if Aspheric just gassed it up a little too much. I would assume is the case here.
That was Aspheric that had gone off.
Left-hander.
So we'll take one more look at that and see what's happened.
Oh no, he's gone in too hot. That's what's happened. He's gone off course that way. So goodness gracious, everybody still struggling to find
here.
The grip here. Josh, I'm telling you what, this is...
Oh no, he's gone in too hot.
This is getting to the point that these drivers may have to... This next group of drivers, the Group A's, they're probably going to have a bit of an extended drivers meeting, I would assume.
The grip here. And Josh, I'm telling you what, this is getting to the point that these drivers may have to... This next group of drivers, the Group A's, they're probably going to have a bit of an extended drivers meeting.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Here's a look at it here.
So, and that's just, sorry to interrupt, but Hamilton has gotten 4th position coming down into turn 1. That's
very nice.
Gallagher, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're
good
fine.
Room being shown between the both of them. It's good to see that Hamilton's recovering quite well after the first lap incident.
Very nice.
An easy overtake.
Good room being shown between the both of them. It's good to see that Hamilton's recovering quite well after
he had a blistering start, and then everything went downhill, of course, when he made contact with the current race leader and his teammate, Tristan Mahoney, and
he's doing well now.
Just things sort of went about how they're going right now for Aspheric, who's hit the guardrail or the chain link fencing, and someone else has gone off. Oh no, Kyle Patay's gone off.
Just things.
Oh no! In the final corner, was running third. Gets a little
or the chain link fencing, and someone else has gone off. Oh no! Kyle Patay's gone off. Oh no! In the final corner, was running third. Gets a little.
Hamilton. He's picked up. Sorry, he went wide. Now
what happened to Carner here? This is absolutely mental.
A chance to get the overtake.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it looked to me like Hamilton was trying to react to give room because he didn't know where Kyle was going, and he hopped the curb, which we've seen plenty of times today. And
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it looked to me like Hamilton was trying to react.
My goodness.
To give room because he didn't know where Kyle was going, and he hopped the curb, which we've seen plenty of times today. And
he got it back. He's now third.
Oh,
again.
For sure. And these guys, you know, and the sort of joke I guess that we'll make about this one is there was some really good racing in between this demolition derby. And I think that
for sure. And
that may be the best way to describe any Willowsprings event. There is some decent racing in between all those crashes.
There was some really good racing in between.
Of course, nobody's been wrecking each other. It hasn't been one of those situations where there's dirty driving. It's just nobody's been able to get a grip on the racetrack. And I think that may be a combination of the heat and the space. And
nobody's
of course, it's very hot in the race cars as well.
That
could be part of it.
There's dirty driving.
In addition to that,
nobody's been able to get a grip on the racetrack, and I think that may be
only
a
3 minutes left.
The heat and the space, and of course, it's very hot in the race cars as well.
Oh no!
That could be part of it.
Sorry to interrupt.
In addition to that,
seems like that's all we're doing to each other anymore with all these accidents.
But
again, Josh Sisk, day goes from bad to worse to ugly to just absolutely disgusting. He goes wide in the final corner,
like that's all we're doing to each other,
and he's going to take a hard impact here. He tried to get it whipped around so he would miss that wall, but he caught it with the back end, and he's basically skewered the car.
He goes wide in the final corner.
Not only he's got it going again, but that's rather concerning.
He tried to get it whipped around so he would miss that wall, but he caught it with the back end, and he's basically skewered the car. And that is not only
it is indeed. You know, you can't take that back either.
Very hard impact.
You know, once you've gone off, you're off for good.
And see you later. Like.
this sort of track is just not forgiving. Boys Noise comes in for a final pit stop here.
You can't take that back.
He's pretty much locked up last place.
You're off for good.
And unfortunate for him because he had a very bad week at Monza as well. So 2 in a row that he'd like to forget.
In for a final pit stop here. He's pretty much locked up last place. And unfortunate for him because he had a very bad week.
Not a bad result.
So 2 in a row that
I
think
think.
To forget.
Can we just go ahead and appreciate though? And Vortex, you do want to confirm this for me so that I don't.
First and third.
So I didn't misinterpret this, but father and son won. Well, son and father won too. Am I correct?
Can we just go ahead and appreciate
yes, that is correct.
Vortex, you do want to confirm this for me so that I don't.
So
I didn't misinterpret this, but father and son won. Well, son and father won too. Am I correct?
Yes,
indeed, and his, it's got to be kind of cool to be coming around to take what looks like maybe the white flag.
In the 458s, they're doing well.
Indeed, and his, it's got to be
I think we will actually
coming around to take what looks like
coming
maybe
to 2 to
white flag.
Yeah, coming to 2 to go though.
Let's see here.
It's got to be cool to be taking the 2 to go lap here. Checking your mirrors and seeing your father screaming down the straightaway behind you.
Coming to 2
this
to go.
This is going to be a pretty cool finish if they keep it tight.
It's got to be cool to be taking the 2 to go lap here, checking your mirrors and seeing your father screaming down the straightaway.
It's a very cool concept because
this is going to be a pretty.
We're going to have to talk to them in the booth as well. We got a car off here.
Just like, see you later, mate.
That is, oh my goodness, it's Sisk again. And he's nearly rolled the car there. Goodness, things are just
have to talk
going
to them
from
in
bad
the,
to worse.
Booth as well. We got a car off here.
Oh my. Yeah, just silly mistakes at this point. Just clipping the grass. I think the psyche damage has really set in for Josh, which is unfortunate here. And you see Saboli passing and taking the white flag with 23 seconds to go here. But no, I mean, it's going to be cool to talk to them both in the broadcast booth as you see some fans waving from a hot air balloon there.
And taking the white
Hope they're enjoying the race on this hot day in
no, I mean, it's going to be cool to talk
June,
to them both
and it'll be fun to get both of their perspectives. Jay Stryver, not only a substitute driver, but he is a good one at that. We've got another spinner coming out of... Oh my goodness! Wow,
both of their
that was Boys Noise, and
not only
that was extremely dangerous
driver,
there.
But he is a good one at that. We've got another spinner
coming into through the right and left hander. It seems like the second sector.
Oh my goodness!
Has been catching out more people than anybody. Gets very wide, almost saved it. Had to correct it, overcorrect it, went off. Now this here, I'm not a fan of this. He's going to gas it up right as it looked like that was Gaz came by. Obviously, he didn't mean to drive right in front of him there, and no contact was made, but scary stuff there. That could have been a lot worse.
He's going to gas it up right as
Speaking of a lot worse, could have got a lot worse for Tristan Mahoney, but it will not. He will come out of the final corner and take the checkered flag for the second week in a row from the pole.
Speaking of a lot worse, could have got a lot worse
for sure, and his father will come out of the final corner now. He's only got that last little bit to go. He's going to cruise his way through, and he will meet his son in the podium ceremony, who will cross the line in second. So father and son 1-2. That's very cool to see. And how about Hamilton making a brilliant recovery after a blistering start that fell apart quickly? He's made his way back up for a solid finish in third, and he's going to slide it around.
Making a brilliant recovery
Ferrari
and
the Mahoney's having a rather emotional and very happy victory here today. Waffles will bring it home in fourth, so good run there for Gallagher.
And
Erky, another substitute fifth, good run. Seems like the subs did better than the regulars in a lot of cases here
today. Waffles will bring it home in fourth, so good run there for Gallagher.
I think that may be a bit of it. I think that may be a bit of it. I tell you what, I was participating in an Indianapolis 500 that I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish the time constraints. I led almost all but 5 laps of the time I was in there, so I think that does have a little bit to do with it.
I think that may be a bit of it. I tell you what, I was participating.
Plus, they're excited and they get their, they practice maybe a little more because it'll be their race that they get to start for. You never know when you get that call.
So I think that does have a little bit to do with it.
Very cool all around, but again, congrats.
Plus, they're excited they get their arms.
That bright red iconic Ferrari. I'm still standing by my reasoning that they gain about 5 horsepower. Tristan Mahoney
but again,
takes home another checkered flag here
bright
great
red,
job
iconic
for
Ferrari.
him there. That is going to be his 5th win and 7th pole position. So
horsepower.
he is on
Tristan
an absolute
Mahoney,
tear.
Takes home another checkered flag.
And he got fast
here.
lap. That'll be his
Great
6th
job,
of the year and his 6th podium.
Him there.
And his 7th top 5. So what an amazing
he is
run
on an absolute
that he's
tear.
having. And I think now he might have a serious fight
and he got
for
fast
the
lap.
championship.
That'll be his 6th of the year.
Josh, anything you want to add before we head down
his
to
7th
the
top
podium?
5. So what an amazing run that he's having. And I think now he might have a serious fight for the championship.
All right, making our
Josh,
way down
there
now.
Before we head down to the
and here we are now on the podium with a father, a son, and a recovery drive to remember. Right now we are here with race winner Saboli 96, aka Tristan Mahoney, and I gotta tell you what, Tristan, that was a heck of a drive. Very tidy, very nice and clean. You know, you kept all the wheels on it. You did everything where you needed to. You had one little mistake in the midway part of the race, but overall you'll end up with the checkered flag. You want to walk us through what's happened there to get you to the top of the podium?
First off, I'll just thank Kitchen Fenders and TNTR for everything they did to help get the car ready for the race. Turn one, I had a really bad start to begin with. The car kind of didn't really put any power down, and I just kind of spun. A couple people got past me on the start going to turn one. I think I got bumped on the inside and almost slid off the racetrack. And barely managed to take it through there. There was an incident going through, I think, what was it, turn 3, where a bunch of people got involved. After that, I mean, it was basically smooth sailing. I followed Josh around for a lap. He ended up making a mistake, and then ended up getting the lead there, and it was just keeping it on the racetrack and not making any mistakes. And pretty much all I had to do for the rest of the night.
Well, it seems like there was a lot of drivers out there that were struggling quite a bit with keeping the car just on the tarmac. Was it harder than usual to control the cars out there, or what do you think caused so many offs?
I mean, in general, the track was really hot for one, kind of like what you guys were saying before the race, so the tires were really slick. That's just a hard track, man. There's a lot of really bumpy sections. And the track is just so narrow. And I mean, when you're doing 140 miles an hour down a track that's like 15 feet wide, it's really easy to slide it and just disappear. So there's just a lot of factors to it, and it's just a lot to get a hang of, and a lot of things to keep in check without messing it up.
Well, you didn't mess it up one bit. You got it done rather perfectly. It wasn't an absolute perfect run for you, but it may as well have been, with everybody making mistakes left and right. So congratulations to you on getting that red Ferrari back on the top spot.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
All right, so that was Tristan Mahoney. Now, like son, like father, on the second spot of the podium, it is Jay Schreiber with the substitute drive from the gods, bringing it home very cleanly, very quietly, and bringing it home on the second spot. So great race from you, keeping it all together. What was the key to getting yourself in second place today?
I just wanted to make sure I did a clean drive for the team. They brought me in this week to substitute for their driver who's out, and I just wanted to keep all the fenders on it, and I figured I would just stay behind everyone and let them fly off due to the abrasive track, and I would just make my way through the field as I could.
Well, congratulations on that. And we gotta ask it because it is a rather rare thing to see a father and son finish 1-2. What is that like to cross the finish line and know that your son had just won the race?
Luckily, he was that far in front of me because we've been side by side. We may not have finished the race.
Well, very well done and a great drive for you, especially on the substitute. So congratulations and enjoy that second place.
All right, I appreciate it.
Moving on now to the third and final spot on the podium, Marcus Hamilton with an incredible recovery drive. First of all, you had a lightning quick start into turn 1, and then it just seemed to fall apart from there. And at a point where you were, I think, as deep as like 8th place, you clawed your way back up and ended up on the bottom spot of the podium with your teammate on the top spot. Walk us through the insanity that was that race for you, Marcus.
Well, turn one, honestly, I think I did bump Tristan. I didn't give him enough space, and I just went way too fast into turn one. And then turn three, I caught the edge of the dirt and just set my car sliding around, and there was nothing I could do about it. I think at one point I just dropped all the way to the back of the field, so to come from last to third was pretty amazing. But I do think I have a couple penalties waiting for me, to be honest. I don't know if I'll hold this position after the review is done.
Well, we'll have to see what happens there, but for the time being, we know that you have taken home the third spot unofficially, and either way, whether penalties are on your way or not, it was a brilliant recovery drive. It was fun to watch you get that blue Ferrari back up to the top part of the running order. So congratulations and enjoy that one, Marcus.
Thank you very much, and y'all have a good one. I can't wait to see what the A guys put up, because this track is not easy.
I think Marcus just said it best for us, guys. That was the podium interviews for the top spot of Group B, and now we'll move on to Group A. So thank you guys for your time on the podium, and congratulations to all three of you. We'll make our way now to the pre-race part for race 2, and that is correct. There is a whole nother race with a whole nother grid. In the words of Snoop Dogg in Gran Turismo 3, whole new car, whole new course, only instead of a course, it's a new grid. Oh, you gotta love the bad jokes there. But Josh, I'm telling you that the racing in the midst of all the dust, once it had all settled, was some really good racing there.
Before, it is tough on Willowsprings.
And it's worth noting now that if you're just tuning in, you missed out on a wild one. I think the word to describe it, 14 or well, wow, but 12 tumbleweeds took the deserts, and it ended up with a couple of tumbleweeds crawling by the start-finish line before the other one. It was a lot of dust-ups and spins and slides, but in the midst of it, like we had mentioned, some really good racing, and we're expecting the A race to go a little bit more tame than that. And of course, it'll be fun to watch everybody there. We're expecting a bit bigger grid as well, fill those final 2 grid spots. But right now we are listening in while we wait. You see the lobby screen here. We're getting ready to enter the second race room. But as for the moment, you are listening to Tested and True on YouTube and Facebook, both live via the Tested and True Facebook page for that, and via NASCAR Dude 1400 on YouTube. So if you aren't following the Facebook page, get your butt over there and do that now, because there's some fantastic racing, and it's all for a fantastic cause. And if you aren't subscribed to me yet, why not come over and show me some love as well? I've done the commentaries, and they also archive on my channel. And you can check out some of the other stuff I do as well pertaining to that. And above all else, sit tight, because we're only halfway done with the racing for tonight. And this is my second time in the booth. I believe it's also Josh's second time in the booth with this group. And we've had our second time here together. It's our first time together, second time each. And so far, I'm having a blast. Yes, it is. Ah. Absolutely. And again, Vortex is here with us. He was giving us some tidbits here and there, giving us with some info, because we're still rookies, Josh. We still don't have all the ropes here. We're pretty good at commentating, but it's always a bit of a a bit of a first day on the job experience when you're getting into a new series. So again, shout out to him. Yeah. We can try for the qualifying sessions and all that, but as soon as the race starts and they go 3 wide, it's usernames. I'm sorry, it's so hard, but
it'll take
really
you a few weeks.
Yeah, it will take us a while, and it's good to know that we already are getting told it'll take you a few weeks instead of, well, we'll see if you're back next week. So, you know, it's one of those deals. Oh, absolutely, and oh, for sure, and it's great to be taking part in such a great cause, and again, raising money for cancer, and these are real sponsors on real cars here. Well, real fake cars, but real sponsors and actual money being donated, which is fantastic. And there's a lot of love being shown around the community. And Josh and I are newbies to the community here, being the media team. But I tell you what, I know we were talking about it before the stream started. We've been treated with nothing but respect and kindness from these guys. So it's a really, really good group. Absolutely. That's the same thing I said at Monza. I was like, I am blown away at how professional everything is. So. I do too, and it's great, and I'm glad that there's another man in the booth here with me, or woman. I'm not saying it like that. Anybody in the booth is good if they're good at it. So, it's great to have Vortex here feeding us some info when we need it as well. So I've been having a blast with you, Josh. Yes. We've been too busy calling the cars going into the chain link. They were, and you can't help but, since of course it's all virtual, you can't help but laugh a little bit at some of these, but, oh my goodness. One to remember. Oh. They would have had to stop the race to fix the Exxon billboard that was taken down about lap 4, to be honest. But, it's worth noting that Jar70, Rodrigo Regalado, was in the chat there with us on YouTube here. So thanks for tuning in, and I don't know if you're still listening in since you're getting geared up to run your qualifier, but good luck. Again, Jara, 13 years old from Peru. He's leading the point standings, and he has just absolutely cleaned up with some great moves from Monza, especially that memorable 3 wide up the middle pass. Yeah, Regalado, yeah. Oh, I'm sure I am too. He is. His qualifying... I'm just asking for my own sake, Josh. Do you have a black screen at the moment? I do not have the racetrack. I have the... Oh, alright. So I have an issue here that will hope... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and exit. If the stream does go down, it will be back up in a moment's time. My only concern with this is since the stream is connected on Facebook through the YouTube, I hate to go down on time here, but rather have it happen now for qualifying than in the race. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Looks like it is struggling a fair bit. Yeah, Vortex, do you want to give us a little bit of a heads up on what we should do here? Should I end the stream and start it back up?
Can you exit the lobby and come back in?
I tried to, and I've got the spinning wheel, so... I'll give it a minute. If the stream goes down on my end, we'll still have the... will we still have the voices? Because if that was the case,
Yeah.
then yeah,
No.
then I get John could
Yeah,
just
yeah.
do
It's
a
just
radio
failing.
show of this then until we get back. Or Josh, rather, not John. Forgive me.
Josh.
Josh. Alright, so... Yeah, I think that's what's gonna have to happen as I turn off and turn back on the PlayStation and reboot the stream. So... Well, true. We'll figure it out here. It should only take me a couple of minutes, so I don't know. Yeah, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and end this stream and start another one up very quickly here, and hopefully be back in time for the race. Vortex and Josh, you guys can kind of figure out what to do from there, so...
Stay in the PSN chat and just join back in. Our voices will be here.
Yeah, so I will go ahead and work on that. So apologies for the broadcast going down here. We are working through some technical difficulties, but better to have it in between races than during. So thank you for watching. Be sure to check out TNTR. We'll be back in a moment. Be sure to check out TNTR's Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube if you are enjoying. We'll be back in a few minutes' time, and on Facebook, I think you guys are going to keep going. So see you in a few. I will go ahead. I'm on my way back in now. Making my way back in. Yes. Had to, the PS4 had felt to die and come back to life. It'll be Gucci. How much time remains?
15.
15. And I have returned. Quickly gonna fix this. I'm not live yet. Okay, I will turn it off, turn it back on, and then I'll go live.
Let me know when you're back up, Nas.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. I think he's subbing for Wardez. I believe.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Edward, I believe. Yes. We are live again, by the way.
Sweet.
Yes, we have returned the footage on my YouTube channel, at least. I don't know, Vortex, if you want to get over there now and get that back up.
We're good.
Welcome back, everybody. Apologies for that technical difficulty, but we will end up having my archives split between Race 1 and Race 2. I do believe that my qualifying order now is going to be all out of whack because I joined.
I do believe that my
I have Catch
qualifying
47
order
as
now
the
is going to be
leader.
all out of whack because
I don't know if that's correct or not.
I joined midway through it. I have Catch 47 as the
Jara
leader.
up front. The 112, 235.
I don't know if that's correct.
So my scoring is a bit messy here.
I will give you updated information.
Jara up front.
Yes.
112, 235.
So my scoring
Correct.
is a bit messy here.
That should fix itself though, surely.
Oh, okay, very cool.
I'm also streaming on my YouTube your channel, Nas.
Oh,
so
okay,
hopefully,
very cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm doing like 2 screens at once, giving people sort of a raw footage.
Race control.
You can definitely tell the delay, but these things happen. Just testing something out. My YouTube channel will do what I want. I don't care if it looks bad. But yeah, we are currently in the GT3A qualifying session right now, watching the guys go around, getting some lap times in. And yeah, they've got to be careful of track width. A lot of guys in the B race just hitting the dirt as we watch a few of them do it. Yeah, he did it.
He's going to get it going now.
Right on
that was
time.
quite a heavy impact.
He was gone. He's now reversing out.
Yeah, he's going to get it going now. That was quite a heavy impact.
He'll be right. But yeah, dust that off. Get going. He'll probably come around, get a change of tyres. These guys tend to do it every other lap. And yeah, they want maximum grip. Getting as much out of the car, but yeah, Jara. Just looking clean as up front in the AMG Mercedes.
I actually don't have him on my screen
Lines
right
are clean.
now.
Just watching him go around turn 2 right now. Keeping a perfect line through the middle. I like it.
Yeah.
I actually don't have
Well, that's
him on
got
my
skills.
screen
Let
right
me
now.
quickly try
just
and clear my
saying what I see.
data cache. That should help me.
Let me quickly
Some of the people I'm not seeing on the
try
course right
and
now.
clear my
Kind of uncharacteristic for me to have that
data
issue
cache.
with all
That
of
should
them.
help me see some of the people I'm not seeing on the course right now. It's kind of uncharacteristic for me to have that issue with all of them.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I've only got 12. Yeah, I'm only seeing 12. Or I'm assuming 13.
Now I hope the delay isn't too
Yeah, I
bad.
just can't see Jara,
Yeah, I'm only seeing
unfortunately,
12.
which is
I'm
weird.
assuming 13.
We've got
Yeah, I just can't see Jara, unfortunately, which is weird.
Well, they were having weird connection issues in the Nürburgring race.
The thing with that, though, is typically I don't have issues.
And he was sort of flying off into the air.
Normally, trying to see people.
It was
so
very
it's a
funny
little
to watch.
uncharacteristic for
that to happen.
The thing with that, though, is typically I don't have issues. I don't know. He's not normally trying. He's not on the track for me. So it's a little uncharacteristic for that to happen. I don't know. He's not on the track for me. So.
Well, he's currently behind. He's right up.
I can see Bird. I just don't have Jara. Maybe have Jara
right on his tail,
clear
getting a nice slipstream.
Internet
That's
cache
6th position.
After qualifying.
So I don't know if you can see Bert on your screen.
I can see Bird. I just don't have Jara. Maybe have Jara clear his internet cache. Someone's off the road ahead of them, though. Yeah.
He's side by side with Birdsauce. Is he going to run Birdsauce? Oh, I thought he was going to run him off the corner there.
Someone's off the road
corner.
ahead
Oh, we've got contact as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to see who that was. That was Catch in 3rd. Tarmac entry, number 26. Catch. That was Rocky Rocco in the BMW. Team Tarmac Apparel. He had contact there. I didn't see who with.
Yeah, I think Zulu is being shown on my broken scoring as 3rd. He's making his way through the left-hander that was catching a lot of people out right now, so I don't know if that's... Zulu is being shown on my broken scoring as 3rd. He's making his way through the left-hander that was catching a lot of people
Zulu,
out
and then
right
I believe
now,
that's
Bert.
He's got Jara right in front of him. You can't see Jara?
He may have to clear his internet cache.
Oh, you can't. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's Zulu, and I believe that's Bert in... Yes, it is. So. Yes, he doesn't even have to leave the lobby anymore. I actually just cleared mine a second ago. You gotta. Somebody's doing donuts. You gotta go in the options. It's under the options.
So can you do that through the console?
Options, and then, yeah. Yes, he doesn't even have to leave the lobby anymore. I actually just cleared mine a second ago. You gotta go in the options. It's under the options, and then it's network options, and then yeah.
Oh well, I had no idea. Well, as you can see, we've got Zulu again in the pits, changing tyres. These A guys do it all the time. They're maximising grip at all times, trying to get the best times. Let's go and have a look at the timing sheet, shall we? As we are now, how far are we into it? Lost the time. 10 minutes, so they've only got 4.5 minutes left.
Wow.
Timing on top is Soboli now. 1:11. That's a quick time, quicker than his time in the B race.
Yeah.
So he's driving a different car, the McLaren. He's subbed in for Wardez. Rodrigo is 1:11.8. He's in 2nd. Jara 70. Catch in the Team Apparel BMW in 3rd. Zulu's in 4th. And the rest of them are within 2nd. The slowest on track at the moment.
Trying to.
Is that you, Vortex? You're racing in the vet.
Yeah. Trying to.
Good luck. Just remember, the track's not as wide as some people think. Some people were running very wide in race number 1. So apologies if you can't see exactly what I'm talking about. Having some technical difficulties, but these things happen. We'll live and we'll adapt and overcome, as they say. And we'll have a fantastic race at Willowsprings. Almost finished now. Jara, again, taking slipstream
there's a lot of issues going on then with the server.
Oh, there must be some connection issues, because he just went straight through the car. So...
Seems like there's a lot of issues going on then with the server.
Some weird things going on here. He just rocketed ahead. The bird sourced.
There's the other one right there too.
Let's Get your
This is a
name,
nice
Nick
camera
Burton,
shot. Sorry to
in the
interrupt.
nutritionfacts.org Aston Martin. He's currently
There's
running
the other one
6th.
right there too. This is a nice camera shot. Sorry to interrupt.
5th. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's parked right off on the track there. It's a pretty little picture, isn't it? I like that. Nutrition facts. Look at that. He's just sitting there doing nothing as the rest of the field go by. But I have to say, well done. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just trying to learn the names before the race. So I sound a little bit better. Yeah, Tristan. Toboli. He's doing a fantastic job in that McLaren, running a 1:11.7 now. He's almost running a 100th quicker, 10th quicker, sorry. And Rodrigo, he's a quick fellow, and like I said, he's leading the drivers' points now, 3-4. 348, the closest driver to him is Barrington Williams with 313. There's some stiff competition out here today. Very professional, very fast. And it looks like we're at the end of the qualifying session now as everyone peels off the track, does some donuts, skids, flashes the lights, whatever. And the race will get started and be underway very shortly.
Well, I am thinking.
So stand by for that.
I'm thinking that everybody here is seeing the B race. Some of them were in it.
For this one.
Especially
well, I
what
am thinking.
I believe is our pole sitter Saboli.
I'm thinking that
a lot of
everybody
them have
here
seen
is
that
the B race. Some of them were
there
in
was
it.
a lot of calamity in the first
especially
race, and they
what
really,
I
I would think, not
believe is our
want
pole sitter,
to
Saboli.
get
A lot of them have
caught
seen
up in that same sort of silly mistakes that people were making. I'm thinking it might be a little more tame on the start. I'm looking forward to the racing that will be accompanied with it, but I'm thinking this one will go a little bit cleaner. Well, maybe, but less likely. Yeah, he's gonna have to probably clear his cache, and then it should be okay.
I'm gonna have him leave and come back in.
Okay. Yeah, I've got 12 people, so he's the only one that I'm missing. One more car on the grid for this one than there was in the last one. So there will be a total of 25 people taking part in races today. Well, 25 cars, grid spots filled. Several drivers doing double duty. Saboli, Q Racer, and Rolenbor. All three of them are doing that. Yeah, they're
What's up, guys?
more or less.
What up? Everybody here?
Yep.
Jara.
Yep.
You need to leave the lobby, clear your cache, and come back in, please. They can't see you. Well, the commentators can't see you. Believe so.
And I'm looking forward to it. I think, you know, I had a lot of fun being the lead. It's going to be interesting to be sitting back a bit and just kind of taking things in, and being more of the camera control. Oh, I bet it is.
I will set the grid as soon as Jar returns back in the lobby and we can go racing. Anybody have any questions?
Oh, yeah. My question for you, when we do replays, do you want me to commentate the replays or and take care of those? Yeah. Yeah.
They're on now.
So just yellow.
Alrighty. Sounds good. We got a noisy American and a noisy Aussie in the booth, and then a quiet one who's also simultaneously racing. What? It can't get any better than this at Tested and True. So.
No, just Rodrigo.
Yeah, but you know how they say.
Yeah, I got your spot. We're gonna set the grid.
Who does that? Yo, on the Barbie. Put the snags or the steak or whatever, but not the bloody shrimp.
Yeah, you're on the
Far too long on the inside.
And contrary to popular belief to all the Europeans out there, we do turn more directions than just left.
Yeah, I'm last
we just heavily prefer to go left.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put
NASCAR, to an extent, IndyCar, just general American motorsport. A lot of it tends to be oval. Oh yeah, but everybody's like, oh, it's an oval. Yeah, that was a lot of people's first. It was a good race.
Give it a shot, okay?
Yeah, it's too bad
Did its thing.
Honda. Sorry, Honda engine.
Are you guys able to see Jara?
I cannot.
Okay. Alright, I'll have him leave and come back.
Yeah, oh yeah, has he not done that yet? Or
Rodrigo, back out of the lobby and come back in.
yeah, there's 12 on track for me. It says he's on the track, like in the sense of on the member list, but oh, he's gone still. He's already gone. He's already left to come back. Oh wait, no, wait. Yeah, he's not even in the driver list now, is he? He's in the lobby, but not the driver list. See, for me, it says that he's joined the room, but he's not even on the member list for me now. It says that there's 14 out of 16 people.
Alright, any questions?
This is gonna happen eventually. You can hear the drivers' meeting going on in the background.
Good luck, guys.
Getting a 360 in.
Oh, here we go. I don't still see Jara though, so that's gonna be
Interesting.
Yeah, I can't. Unless he pops up now. Oh my, everything's sort of going glitchy here for me. Oh! Yeah, we got...
Yeah.
Back out. Yep. They've called the red flags. This is going to be an abandoned start, so... He's not even being shown in the lobby for me, so there's some... I don't know... Yeah. He is not there for me at all. I'll try and leave and come back. Yeah. Yeah, try and make my way back in here and give it a second shot to try and see Jara. And it's kind of important that we do see Jara, as he is the point leader and probably one of the more... yeah, so he's always a threat here, so it's kind of important that he is present on the screen. For sure. Coming off of the victory in Monza as well. Let's see if we can see him now. No, I still don't see him. I don't quite understand that. Or is he off track right now?
Can you leave and come back in?
I don't... Yeah, it shows Jara on the leaderboard as second. But he's not on the track for me. Second place for me is Zulu. So I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, he's just not there for me.
I'm gonna close it, reopen.
Okay. So we are sitting through some technical difficulties at the very moment. We are waiting for... we're going to have to do a full reset of sorts here for the reason that Saboli, no, excuse me, Jara, is not being seen by a couple of people and caused that start of the race accident. As a result, through no real fault of his own, but just connectivity issues, the Peruvian internet not being as strong as it was at Monza, and as a result, the best course of action was to abandon the lobby after abandoning the race and now making a new one. So we'll try it again. Still have the qualifying results. But again, Josh will be leading the way for this race, as I led the way for the first race. So just a little update to those people that are wondering what the heck's going on. Should be up now. Is Jara here yet?
Yeah, he's in here.
Oh yeah, it's in the morning for you, is it not? Oh yeah. Yeah, he's just not, he's straight up just not showing up in the lobby for me at all. I don't quite understand. Because it says that he's joined the room, but he's not there. Yeah, he's not even there for me. This is very strange because I saw him fine last week. No, you can't see him either. Yeah, that's very...
No, I can, but you can't.
Yeah. Well, several people couldn't see him either because that's how that wreck happened on the start. So...
He just left.
Ah! Hello. Yeah, and of course, sometimes it works for you, it works against you. Great game, but every once in a while it still has its issues with connectivity. You can see the fans walking around to the left, though, so still a rather packed house and a lot of excited spectators ready to watch a thrilling race, and I think it'll be well worth the wait. Just hopefully it doesn't get pushed too long.
Did you guys just see Jara enter the room?
I saw him. Well, I saw him enter. I always get the notification that he enters the room, but like he just doesn't show up in the list. Yeah, he's. It says there's 14 people here. He is not one of them. Well, there's 12 on track plus the 2 of us. So I. Oh, you see him now? This is all kinds of strange. He's just... I'll exit again and give her another shot, but yeah, what's the next course of action if I still can't see him?
Well, if we can't start the race, then he'll have to sit aside.
Oh, are multiple people still can't see him?
I think he's got a sub coming in. No, I think he was the only one.
No, I don't want it. Just being the broadcaster, I don't want to be a reason he sits out. I mean, I could drop out, and I'm sure Josh could go solo if he wanted. If that's what it comes to. I don't want to be the reason a driver has to sit out. Yeah, if that's... Because that's what he does for me, so we'll see one more time here, Hail Mary it, and see if it works again. But if not, Vortex, I mean, that's your call, not mine, but I don't want to be the reason that he can't race, so... Oh, he's left again, hasn't he? Okay. Well, let me leave then on my own, and then let me know when he comes back.
I think he's got a replacement sub coming in.
To the 13 people watching right now, we are sitting in a technical difficulty holding pattern. Am I clear to join? Is he rejoined?
I have 13 on the grid, correct?
Yep.
All right then. Yep, the replacement driver is in, so go ahead. Yes, we do. Got one off. One off in the back. Catch 47. Mind if we... Yeah, you, mind if we take a look at the start of that? Oh, we got a crash in the back, actually. Willie and, Alexson. Alright, gonna go ahead and do that now, because Willie and Alexson have gone off. We'll take a look at the start here. You can come off into turn one. It's not really that easy to get through here cleanly, and yet see 3 wide into turn one. A little bit of contact here and there, but nothing to the point of really detrimental. I mean, everybody kept it on the tarmac, which is already in 2 corners a bit better than the Group B cars. Everybody keeping it nice and tidy, giving each other lots of room, about as much as you can give, lots of respect, and you know, some nice passes here. You see a lot of, it looked like Vortex there actually threw it up the inside there. Nice pass going into the left-hander, but yeah. Yes, we are at live pictures now. Oh, yes, he has. Caught it, though. Yeah, he'd be looking... Yeah, he could go back-to-back here and win both races in one night. That'd be very good for him. He'd be stoked. I think a lot of that... Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why there's the difference between the pros and the AMs, and it's because, you know, I feel like a lot of these guys here in the upper class, they do a lot of practice for these. The lower classes either don't because they don't feel they need it, or they just don't have time to, one or the other, and it can really come back to bite you on a track that is this unforgiving and this challenging. And it really shows, because you look at somebody like Alex and Andros, who just got tapped on the shoulder about 5 minutes ago to come in and race. You can see he's struggling very hard to keep pace and keep going in a forward direction. Practice makes perfect for sure, especially on a track like this. Yeah. He seems to have a knack for the desert. Well, over here on Freedom units, they have it down to every last inch. But, yes, you know, you're right. I think there is a lot more strategy to play in this as well, and it's going to be interesting because there's not only those extra 10 minutes, but just a lot more going on, a lot more preparation in this upper class level, and a lot more of excitement as well, because everybody's really I mean, they're all close together in the lower class as well, but the fact that they're all close together in here and they keep it on the tarmac, it makes for some very interesting moments. Yeah, we're already 7 laps in, and we've only had a couple of accidents as well. It's been much tighter than the first race, and it's even a little bit ironic too, because the grid's even bigger in this one by 1 car. So, very interesting. He ran a 1:12.6 compared to a 1:12.8 by Schwen and a 1:13 flat by Zulu. So he is pulling away statistically and by vision. Yes. GG no re. We're looking
development here in perhaps for second place. Looks like Zulu is actually kind of lifting a little bit, maybe saving some fuel, because it looked like to me that Schwen definitely could have been passed, or there could have been an opportunity. And again, that could also come down to, again, the experience between the two classes. Sometimes the pass just isn't what you need. We got a wreck in the back, actually. It was Ford's For Us that's gone off. We'll take a look at the replay, see if we can't catch it here. Coming through the final corner, clips the grass, around goes the Simplexity McLaren and into the shrubbery. And that's going to be an off-road excursion for him. Ooh. Bert Sauce went very wide. He did a great job hanging on to that.
I've had zero practice.
In-race reporter here. Well, I don't think he really lost a whole lot of time. He just got loose and lost some momentum and went, or not necessarily got loose, but he just went wide and then lost the momentum going through the grass. I don't think he ever really spun the car. Just a little wide. He seems to not really phase him too much. He loses a couple of tenths and just carries on with the show. Oh, pass. Yep. There's still nose to tail here. Ooh. There's one off in turn 2. A rather big one there for Ford US, so he's going to actually have his day go from bad to worse. What happened to him here? Coming through turn 1. Tries to gas it up just a tad. Nope, not in turn 1 was the accident. He's going to come through here. Oh, he went a little wide, clipped the grass, or the dirt rather, and he took a long vacation into the berm. And that's going to be a bad day gone worse for him. Yes. Yes, I believe you're correct. He did go off at the start of lap 1. Yeah, and we got a... as you jinx it, though, we do have one car that had gone off. It is again. It's Ford US. I'm gonna check this here. Oh, he's already way off there. My goodness, it's like he just forgot to turn. And again, he liked the vacation, so now he's bought the timeshare in the chain link fence out of turn 2. It is. But we didn't see that really in the first race, which is what's interesting to me. The Calamity Corner seems to have changed, I guess. Well, Ford US seems to have all the stake on that claim for the time being. Yes. Oh, contact. Ooh, it's getting dicey. He got him, though. Yeah. Take a look at this again. On board. Smiles went into the grass. Oh, wow. Well, first of all, great avoidance by Catch to get out of the way and not make that big accident there. And it looks like Catch... oh, yeah. Nothing too big on the contact there. Just a little bit of contact. Catch got sideways and Smiles was getting pinched down. Just very, very, very light contact. So, great stuff. Great stuff. On both of their parts. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. And, yeah, I love this replay feature. Yeah. Yes. I think it perhaps could be that the tires are starting to go away. You look at his left front. I know that the sponsors are covering it on the Facebook stream, but he's just under a half a tank. But you look at his left front, it's pretty roasty toasted compared to some of the guys that are running up toward the front. He's looking very sad on his left front, rather. But he still is losing time because Roland Boar is all over him now. Oh, he's gone wide and off. Not the end of the world off, but enough to lose another position. So he's definitely struggling in the Lexus. It's telling me he ran a 1:14.8 last time by. So, yeah, it's been a buggy today, but top 5. Yes. Might be a little early. Got a waved yellows. We got a car around. And it is Burt sauced. Oh! He was running relatively high. Let's see if we can get a glimpse at what happened. He was 4th, yeah. And he's, very lucky to not lose it off the racetrack. But again, seems turn 2 is the calamity corner for these guys. That is very strange. Oh. Sorry to cut you off yet again here, but we got another wreck, it looked like, in the back between Rico and Alexson. Take a look here. And the Brazilian there in the red, and then Rico in the silver. And let's see here. Oh, Rico hit the grass, came back, overcorrected, and then got into Alexson. So a two-car accident there. Don't know that that was avoidable. I think Rico was just trying to hang on, but still not what you want. Willie and Bert are in the pit lane in the meantime, and Rico. It was right there. Yeah, I think Saboli's kind of been on fire all weekend here. It looks like he's been kind of the cream of the crop. He's led, I think, just about every lap of the B race, and here he is in the A race as well.
Huh? Yeah. Stuff for my birthday.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting to see where he does pop out in all of this, because that did trigger the pit stop cycle here. So yeah, we can see now that Schwein comes out of the pit lane. He'll rejoin in third. Gonna lose that now, I believe, to Q. Oh, he's gonna hold on, I think. He might actually have a fight to this as Alexson and Catch come in. Yeah, he's gonna hold on to third. Well done. Well, I don't recall that Q Racer. I don't recall Q Racer being quite that close though. Just somewhere around there. Oh, leader then. Driving for Edward Gomez today on, I believe, on relief, yeah. So Zulu pits as well. Who's gonna come out first? Yeah. Frantically switching between them. There goes the McLaren. And the vet, no, it's not going to be close at all. The vet's going to get it packed with fuel. He's going to be sitting there an awful long time. Schwen's going to take second. Maybe. Not quite. But take a look at how the gap is extended, though, because it has gone to 9.7. Well, yeah, he's just on a nice Sunday drive. He wants to get it done as quick as he can so he can go home. And it doesn't feel like it. Something that's worth noting here is that Zulu, Schwen, and Q are all about 3 seconds apart from each other. Not each, that's collectively. Gonna be fun to watch these two close up on each other, and we could have ourselves a real fight for second place here. Ford's being shown the blue flags by the marshals here. And he's not really in range to adhere yet, but he's not doing anybody any favors here. He is going to do the fans some favors, because this is probably going to back the 3 cars up for second. Now he moves out of the way. Well, he moved out of the way to let Zulu by. Now what's he going to do here to let the other 2 by? There goes Zulu. He's made the move now. A rather harmless back marker. Still trying to run laps here, getting in the way occasionally. It's hard to stay out of the way completely as a back marker unless you take it off the racetrack. And I didn't mean like that, though. That was a bit sketchy. When I meant off the racetrack, I meant to the garage, and that was, in fact, a good save. I bet you, though, Q-Racer probably needs a new fire suit, though. We'll ride on board with him through this melee. And yep, that could have been much worse. Nice and tidy, though, overall. So pretty good gather up there. And he still hasn't gotten by him, though. Yeah. Yeah, and the marshal's arms are getting tired. I think that's some of it's not racing for position. It's more or less just the inconsideration for these poor marshals that are standing out there in 4-layer fire suits in the hot desert sun, and look at them working those arms. Like, come on, Ford racers, let Q by. Oh my goodness. Jokes aside, it's getting rather sketchy for the McLaren. Oh, what? Oh, and he saved it. I don't know how he did, and I'll give him credit for car control there, but you can see the blue flag warning. He's got it on his screen. You see the lights flashing from Q-Racer. He's saying, let me go. Oh my, what a save, though. Unnecessary. Could have been a lot worse, but it could have been a lot better, too, with letting him by. Now he's going to come to a complete stop here. Perhaps a McLaren engine failure here. Haven't heard that a whole lot since 2017, but take a look and see what happens. Yeah, he's well, looking at the replay, he's just straight lined and pulled it off the track as if maybe an engine issue. I'm not too sure about that. So now the marshals have put the blue flags away in exchange for yellows, so he's still not doing them any favors. And it's not, but yeah, they've got to be very, very careful to not extend what they know they're capable of. We got a nice little battle here, I believe, for 5th place between Vortex and Burt Sauce. I mean, oh, we got another one off. Ooh. I mentioned Rico while simultaneously Burt Sauce and I believe Vortex just went off the road here. Let's get a look on board. Simultaneously, while that was going on, you see what happened there to Vortex, which opened the door for the overtake by Burt Sauce. Good job for everybody to hang on to that, though. And then you said it was, who was it that went off? Rico. Alright, we'll take a look at that as well. And holding on to that position, but he had a bit of a moment here from the sounds of it. And indeed he did, but putting the Mitsubishi Lancer to its roots and going off-road and back on, not a huge deal there, but we'll lose a couple tenths. Ford's has hit the boxes again. Josh, sorry to interrupt here, but gonna be a bit of a Will Buxton. I'm seeing that they are standing there staring at the car. There's no gas inside of the car. I believe that this is the end of the race for the 115 car. Looks like it. Q Racer is in as well. Mm-hmm. Yep, he's still there, so. It's unfortunate. I think they may have, I think he may have just tried to take himself out before there were more accidents, because we had seen him go off multiple times. And I think at that point he said, I'm not going to get anywhere else anyways. I don't want to wipe out anybody else. There's damage to the car. We need to save, you know, parts. We don't want to need to tear it up anymore. Bring it in. We're calling it a day.
It's getting hot. Can you turn down the air?
Yeah. Yeah, he's driving a very strong car. I mean, Wardez last week at Monza was tearing it up in that machine, and it doesn't matter what driver you put in. And of course, both of them highly talented as Bert Sost hits the pit lane. Both of them highly talented, but it doesn't seem to matter who you put in this car. It will be quick. Mm-hmm. You mentioned having a go, and we got about 3 cars trying to have a bit of a go here for 7th. It is Alexandros, Catch 47, and H. Willie all nose to tail here for 7th, 8th, and 9th respectively. Good job by the Brazilian to recover after those mistakes early on. He was very, very far down the grid, and now he's clawed his way back up to 9th, so he's having a very strong recovery drive today. Well, remember, going back to Alexandros, remember that he made a pit stop about lap 3 or 4. Well, nobody was really sure what that was for there, what the objective was, but maybe it's working out for him here. Maybe he just needed a little bit of fuel to get to the end, not sure. As we got a battle for 5th as well. Oh. Schwen's boxed. See how long he waits on the fuel. 15 minutes left, so this will be a final pit stop. And he doesn't look like he's going to lose a spot either, so an in and out free pit stop. He did. He put a fair amount in. Oh. He saved it? Take a look at this then. Go ahead. Oh. Yeah, that was a very nice save. There was a... Alexandros had a bit of an off there, dropping from 7th to 8th. Saw that there in the pack. A big group of them there. Just showing you that. He's definitely got a lot of spirit, though, and a lot of fight. He has not given up on it yet, and that's the difference between parking in the pit lane and clawing your way back into the top 10. Yes. And it looks like he might be able to... Oh, we got it off in front of him, though. That's catch 47. Oh. Oh, watch the merge. Oh, contact. Big crash. He's been hit by... Yeah, that's not ideal. We'll ride here along. Clips the grass, or the dirt, rather. Gets up on the berm. And in a panic, trying to save as much time as he can, he just doesn't check his mirror. Nearly, may have actually, hit Smiles big and then gets rear-ended by Roland Bohr. And he's had to pit. Yeah, Roland Bohr had to pit, and I hate to say it too, but that is 100% on catch 47. That was a very unsafe re-entry. Oh, Saboli's hit the pits. Wow. Here's the thing, the update on Zulu here. He's only just under a half tank right now. So he very well could push this all the way if he is careful about it. Vortex hits the pit lane. He's losing a lot of time to Saboli, but here's the deal. He wasn't going to catch him on raw pace. He played the strategy game, and if he might be able to force Saboli into making a mistake trying to catch him up here, he could be set up pretty well. Zulu is... he's been very quiet all race, just quietly been working his way around the racetrack. Hasn't really made any big moves, but hasn't made any mistakes either. And he's all of a sudden found himself with a potential race win in his lap if he can make this 6 seconds last for 10 minutes. Oh. Smiles Big has gone off. Take a look at that. Seems like I can't really get a word in edgewise here before someone else goes off. It's starting to take its toll. Much better than the first race, but still taking its toll on several drivers. And, oh. Ooh, he almost caught it. He over-rotated, nearly caught it, and just ran out of racetrack, so unfortunate for Smiles, but he's seen better days as it was. So, well, it's worth noting that there was Zulu, and there is Saboli, and there is Zulu, and there is Saboli. We'll see what they run at the line. I'm not 100% that he's good to go, but I believe Zulu is good to go. I think that he can make it all the way. So, no, he doesn't. He pits. No. Yeah, he had plenty. His tires were relatively okay. He seemed to be getting around the track very well. He's only lost 2 seconds, so he's absolutely made a massive overcut here. But and maybe some more. And now he's got a couple lap fresher tires too. So I don't know that anybody can catch Saboli with the way that McLaren has been hooked up today, but Zulu may just very well keep him honest here. Rico's had a small off behind them. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll have to keep an eye very closely on that gap. Get out your magnifying glass, Josh, because this is going to be... We're going to be analyzing this to the several digits past the decimal point here, watching this gap. Any... Ooh. That was cheeky. It's going to be a drag race here. Yeah. Catch 47 back in. He's... It is brilliant stuff, is it not? Well, I know that TNTR, I know that Vortex did pit because he had come in at one point. I don't know about Bert, but I do know that Vortex has pit, so it'll be interesting to see how this kind of pans out. It looks like we got some cars close together in the midfield as well. Definitely don't, because all of a sudden we have Alex and Andros in. That's all it'll take. We don't know what these guys' strategies are. We can only make inferences. So, you know, a lot of people find themselves in that final 10-minute window not having enough to make it to the end. It's worth noting, Zulu is gaining just a little bit on Saboli here. I don't think it's going to be enough to have a real fight to it, but he's keeping the pressure on for sure. Oh, spin. Spin right in front of the leader. That is... Oh, good job getting out of the way. That's Rolling Board darting out of the way. He did everything he could there, so... Take a look at what in the world happened there. He's already offed it. I think he's gone wide. You can see, watch him here. He'll dart to the side of the road, get out of the leader's way the best that he can, and stops the car, essentially. So Rolling Board not having a race to remember, but he is doing the best that he can in terms of the racecraft. So, and it's cost Saboli a full second, though. He is. Someone's gone off. Yeah, it's 10th place. Catch Jers has gone off. There's the leader going by there. What happened here? Oh. Ooh. He really has. And he got very loose. Caught some air over some of the rough terrain there. And he's just let it sail off into... Yeah, unfortunate for him. He was en route to have a really good finish at Monza, and the strategy didn't work out quite how it needed. Still had a decent finish, but this one to forget for the those guys on the tarmac team. And all it takes is one mistake from a driver here in any of these corners. We see how often it's caught out the drivers in the B class. Remember Saboli winning the B race. He didn't do it flawlessly either. He made a mistake as well. And this would be about the worst time. I tell you what, though, he is charging. He's got it down within 2 seconds. It was a 212 flat. Sorry, it was a 212 flat to a 212.4. He's also got less fuel, so he's going to be lighter. It could be. This is going to get interesting one way or the other as they start the 40th lap. Oh, no! Oh! Wow! He's missed it. He's missed it. He would have lost his life had he hit that. My goodness. Watch it here. Yeah, whoo, my goodness. I'm going to take one more look at that from the onboard. Hang on tight, because this is an aggressive onboard here. Oh, he hopped the curb. Oh my goodness, I don't know how he did not contact the wall, because that he should not be driving that car right now. that should be game over. So he's... That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's... He got very lucky to get away with that, and we're going to have one lap to go here. So he may hold on to that second place, and I would be thinking myself that I'm even in the race at that point, because that is an absolutely close call. Two wins, yeah. You know what they say, if you're not on the TV, you're either doing, if you're on the TV, you're either doing really good or you've crashed. So sometimes you don't want the camera exposure. Yes, he has. Oh, we've got waved yellows in the final corner. Oh, we've got a... Oh! And that was off the track for... Not sure who that was. Rico that had gone off. And we'll get another look at it here. Smiles got him. Wow. 5 thousandths. It was indeed Saboli. Fantastic stuff all day today. Taking home the checkered flag once again.
Oh, I got you.
Alrighty, I'm moving my way to Discord so that we can get those interviews done. Do you want to mute your mic on the party and go into the Discord? Sounds good. Alright. See you there. And for those that were watching while we get that set up very quickly here, thank you all so much for watching the Tested and True Racing Series here from Big Willow. That was the second of 2 races. And while the podium ceremonies get set up here, Saboli taking the checkered flag once again. Be sure to follow Tested and True on their Facebook page, and if you are watching on either my stream or Josh's stream, be sure to subscribe to both of us as well. And with that said, we'll move down with Josh for the podium ceremonies.
Sorry. What a race. Strategy and everything playing a major part of that. Tristan, Saboli. How'd you do it, man? That's 2 in a row. Were you just warmed up from the first one?
Feeling good? Just the way the McLaren handles, where it's another mid-rear car. Just handling on it's so similar to the Ferrari. And I was able to put some really good laps in. There were a couple times I got a little squirrely, and but I mean, at the end of the day, made it home, had an incredibly clean race. Kind of surprised myself as far as that went. The pit strategy worked out, and I just got across the first.
Yeah, with that pit strategy, you weren't being given hints from your sub driver at all, were you? I was wondering, they'd work something out for you earlier on.
No, I mean, I went into the race, just kind of winged it. I normally don't even talk in the races, so I didn't talk to the teammate at all. I just kind of went through, and just the first time I pitted, I just kind of guessed about how many laps we'd run, and I filled up about half of what I thought I might have. And then that second stop, I could pretty much count exactly how long we had left in the race. So I picked exactly what I needed and just made it across.
Well done, and congratulations on making it 2 today. Very proud, and yeah, it was great to watch. Especially the second race there, it was very clean. So well done. So well done. Hopefully, see the same action from you again next round.
We'll hope so, man. I'll say thanks to Team Supply City and TNTR for everything they did, and thanks again to Team Supply City for letting me come in and race for them tonight, and subbing for Ward. I appreciate it.
Of course. And now we get on to our second place. Zulu. That final incident in the final minutes. Tell me, what was your heart rate?
A bit higher than it was the rest of the race. I can tell you that much. It wasn't audible, but it was definitely a bit faster than before. Just going into it, you know.
I guess towards the start of the race.
Schwen gave some wonderful battles and everything. I figured that if we were going to catch up to first position, we need to have some teamwork going there. So I'm glad that worked out as we both made podium. But on top of that, Saboli's strategy just worked great. That's just what ended up happening. When I was in first myself, I saw the time ticking down. I knew I needed to have at least some fresh tires, a bit more fuel, and things just turned out the way they did. So as soon as I pitted, I saw him leading by 4 seconds, and I said maybe I can catch that. So unfortunately, that wasn't the case, but I believe I put the best lap down in the meantime. So obviously the heart rate helped a little bit right there. So happy with the podium.
Yeah, it was a nice run.
Yeah, it was a nice run.
Out well for you because right at the end there we had like 4.5 seconds between you and Saboli, and 5 minutes to go. So you just needed to do a second lap, and you were doing it. On that lap before you crashed, you pulled in like almost a second. It was incredible stuff.
It was serious hustle, but you know, Saboli ended up having the better pace overall, and obviously the better plan. But I was actually pretty happy I managed to put in such a quick lap for the most part. Especially just making an improvement from third for the last race and fourth, I believe, from the race before at Nürburgring. I'm glad that things have been working out for me and going up. So always a learning experience for the most part.
Nice. Well, it was awesome to watch. I'm so glad that you didn't run into the pits because second anyway. But well done. It was good.
It was a scary situation, but
thankfully avoided. So it went well. Ben Trevalier was running brilliantly, and glad I'm learning so much from TNTR and constantly improving.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Well, thanks for putting on the show. And Lane Schwen running in third as well. Did everything run today as per planned? You didn't really seem to have too many incidences that I recall unless there's something I missed. So what were your thoughts on the race as a whole, basically?
It was good race. Good race. Feels good to end the podium route. I hadn't been on the box in quite a few rounds. So it's always a good day when you come out on the box.
Of course, third. That's good. That's a good haul of points as well.
That's a good haul of points as well.
So yeah,
for your
doing
team.
them proud, man.
Yeah, doing them proud, man.
All right. Sorry, I have some voice connection issues, so hopefully no one is talking over me. But we're our first, second, and third podium winners today for the GT3 Pro race. I'd like to thank everyone for joining it. This is TNTR. My name is Josh. Along with us today. Don't forget to support the guys on Facebook. And hope to see everyone for the next race. All right.
Indeed it is. I'm ending the stream now. So again, like was said in the podium there, if you guys enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and this video and subscribe to me for more these streams and some more content from me. And be sure to check out the Tested and True guys. Their Facebook page where you can also watch live streams there. Again, from me and Josh and the back and forth, as well as Vortex helping us out here and there as well. Thanks for tuning in to the Tested and True Willowsprings round for the GT3s. We'll see you next time. Alright, go get some food, man.